What's going on, everyone? It's a new year and we're back with another segment of the Music City Surrey Showcase where we highlight some awesome talent here in Surrey. Today we're starting off this series with a returning artist. You may recognize him from last year. Guys, it's Josh BOGERT. Hey Josh, how's it going?
It's good. How are you?
Awesome. Yeah, since you were last here, I know you've released an album and I think you were showing us some of the tracks that were on the album when you were here, and you played a couple of them for us, but now the whole thing is out, and I'm really excited to hear about how the process of making that went and how you feel, I guess, now that it's out. I think you said it came out in June.
Yeah, it came out in June, and yeah, I think last time I was here, I played a couple of the songs. So it's 10 songs total. This is the longest project that I've put out. It's the first full-length album that I put out because I did 2 EPs kind of over the course of my career, and then now this first full-length album of my own. So I'm really excited about it. I think it's really well-rounded. I like that it feels the most me out of all the music that I've put out so far. And I know, I probably say that every time, but yeah, I'm just really excited about it.
Yeah. Everyone moves into like a new era when they put out a new project. So I think everything can be you as you evolve through time.
Yeah,
tell me about the process of writing this album then.
Yeah. So I think a lot of my music in the past was definitely more leaning like electronic, and I had drops and things after the chorus, and it was just a very different structure. And with this project, I wanted to focus more on like vocal choruses and like, having that really pop and songwriting focus as well when it came to all these songs. So I feel like the songs got written over a really long period of time. It was probably like over a year and a half, maybe even 2 years. All of these songs were written, and then production as well took a really long time. I do all my production myself, so it was definitely a long time coming, this album, especially because I think there were multiple iterations of it before it actually came out. I finished my Perspectives EP in 2020, and then there was a version of an album somewhat ready to come out in 2021, but I wasn't really in the space to release it the way I wanted to. And then as I kind of was changing the team that I was working with and meeting new people and figuring out how I actually wanted to go about releasing an album, the songs also changed, and some songs got dropped, some songs got added, and some got totally changed from what they were, even though they were the same songs. So it was a long process, but I'm really proud of the way it turned out.
Yeah. You mentioned being completely self-produced, which is awesome. And you also said that you went through a couple different iterations of the songs on the album. Do you ever go about getting a second opinion, like running things by friends? Like, was there anyone else that had some influence on the record?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, I play the songs for my family and close friends and stuff, and just kind of see, I'll even like play them at shows and just to see kind of how people react to them. And that can, give me a lot of feedback in terms of what I feel is hitting and the way I want to. And also it's a lot of just me going back and listening to it and being like, no, I want this to be different. And, I want to maybe, I don't know if this song really fits with the whole set of music that I'm trying to go for. And, it can change just because I go back and I go, nah, I don't like this anymore. I want to do something different.
You sit on something long enough and it's not that version of you anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. No, 100%.
Yeah. So you've got your laptop with you here today. And I know that we asked you to bring that because we wanted you to actually walk us through a session for the songs, because it's so awesome that you are an incredibly gifted producer outside of being an artist yourself. I know you produce for other people as well. So I'd love you to walk us through the process for one of the songs on the record. Yeah,
absolutely. So I've got Dreams booted up here, working in Logic. I guess I should just I'll walk you through some of the sounds. So I think with this one, I started with like this idea of, I wanted like a 4 on the floor, like electronic beat, but in a way where I've heard this kind of rhythm before in songs with straight eighth notes, and I wanted to see what it would sound like with swung eighth note, or I guess 16th notes, swung 16th notes. And I really liked it. So that's what we ended up with, kind of this here. If I zoom in, the drums end up here. So it's this kind of like, we got kick snare going. It's very simple, just 2 and 4. And And then we got some like hat swooshes in here. So very simple electronic beat, but where we get this kind of cool rhythm is with these chords. And this is just a serum patch that I created from scratch. It's a simple kind of super saw. And we can see here this kind of pattern in the LFO is like a swung pattern. So one note's longer than the other, and we get this cool.
Yeah.
And so that's just like acting on the filter. It's making that wah 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 sound.
So you got the synth layers there to add to the rhythm in the back end.
Yeah, exactly. And then I layered that here with some, these are just like, I took my acoustic guitar and just sampled like one note of me hitting like a really quick percussive note.
Cool.
And then I did that a couple times. So there's 3 different versions here. And then I threw those into a sampler and actually pitched them into chords. So it's not me playing the chords.
Yeah.
It's like more electronic sounding.
So that's your acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And that layers in with the chords. So that gives it a bit more.
I love how many layers of texture you can have in pop rhythm too.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like people would hear that and think that's one sound, you know what I mean? But it's like I had the synth, I wanted to add a little bit more almost percussiveness, right? To emphasize the rhythm. And if we go up here to the vocals, like this is my vocal tracks here. So we've got
stacks.
Yeah. So we got the lead.
But in my dreams, you're still getting ready in my bathroom mirror.
Now already that's feeding into a vocoder. So that's coming from a synth and all that. So that provides a little bit of harmony. If I, which bus is that? If I turn that off, you'd be able to hear just the lead vocal.
You're still getting ready in my bathroom mirror. In my dreams,
and that's the vocoder.
You're still holding my hand on my 6-speed.
So just for some of the production nerds out there, what chain do you use on your lead vocals?
The chain is, you can see it here, it's long. This one's, and I changed this and I feel like now actually my chain's a little bit different. Well, it's pretty much the same. So I'm running through an EQ first. Obviously, this is just default EQ. I don't mess around with too fancy EQs. I've also got this Soothe plugin, which is just phenomenal. This is taking care of resonances, so you can see it working.
In my dreams, you're still getting ready in my bathroom mirror.
So what it's doing is it's almost like a multi-band compression, but it's like hundreds of bands. So you can make it as fine or as loose as you want, but it basically just ducks the frequencies that are loudest.
That's awesome.
And then we're running into compressor number 1, nice and fast, but only hitting the peaks, and then a 2A compressor just to slam it. And then de-esser from Neutron, and we got just the Logic Exciter, add a little bit of high end. I don't always do that, but for this song it needed it. Auto-tune, because it's pop, and if anyone says they're not using auto-tune, they're lying.
Yeah.
And then this is a stereo plugin, so I always like to not keep my lead in mono.
Yeah.
Personally, I just don't like the sound of it. I'll spread it a little bit. This is like a 33% spread. This is a nice clean stereo spreader from Isotope too, so it doesn't sound super like hossy or like weird. It just spreads it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Makes you feel like you're in the room with me. And then some OTT. People get scared of using OTT on their vocals. I find for pop and electronic, it works. I mean, I don't go crazy with it, but to get that really, really compressed sound. And then this is sidechain to something. Oh, this is a little trick I did. When the ad-libs come in the last chorus, it ducks the lead out.
Oh,
so
sweet.
It'll duck the volume of the lead so that the ad-libs come through.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I got 2 doubles, basically the same chain, but without the stereo spread. I'm just panning them hard left and right.
Cool.
I got octaves up. These are probably going to sound like garbage on their own, but we'll listen to them.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Can you layer them all for us? Like bring in those tracks one at a time.
I'll bring these in one at a time.
Yeah.
We'll do the lead.
Let's hear it.
With the vocoder.
In my dreams, you're still getting ready in my bathroom
with the doubles.
In my dreams, you're still holding my hand on
octaves.
My 6-speed. 'Cause I can't believe that you had to go and I'm all alone. until I'm falling back to sleep. 'Cause in my dreams, you're still holding.
I love that.
Um,
You can see how the stacks really build the whole character of the vocal too. It's great.
Yeah, and you can also hear in all these tracks, I've got like a master sidechain compressor to the kick. So that like weird pumpy sound, that's every time the kick hits, the volume of basically everything else in the song just drops.
Yeah.
So you get that like pump when the kick happens. It also allows me to like, when I go to mastering, I can get the song louder because the total volume, the kick's going to come through, but the total volume of the song isn't going to be crazy high.
Right.
Because the kick has to sit on top of everything. The other cool thing is I did this like vocal group. It's actually just one track. It's supposed to kind of sound like a group, and when it's in the mix, it does. But it's really just this like this doubler plugin from Isotope. I put like a bunch of just, you can kind of double the voice a bunch of times, and then there's a chorus effect as well on there from Serum, and then it's like a room reverb and stuff.
Sweet.
So it just gives it a little bit of extra kind of like, oh, people are singing along to that one line of the song, in my dreams.
Yeah.
In my dreams. So it gives it a little bit of a call and response kind
Cool.
of
Give
feel
me
on the vocal.
Give me a taste of that whole chorus now. Let's hear it.
Yeah. I'll go from the pre actually, so we can hear.
But now the sunrise feels so cold, and now I'm driving home so low. But in my dreams, you're still getting ready in my bathroom mirror. In my dreams, you're still holding my hand on my 6-speed. 'Cause I can't believe that you had to go, and I'm all alone until I'm falling back to sleep. 'Cause in my dreams, you're still holding.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, system overload.
Oh, good.
Lovely. It's too good.
Yeah.
The song's too fire. The computer's overheating.
Yeah. I love that. You can really hear how the bass and the drums drive the rhythm, and like the pop drums.
Yeah, 100%.
Cool. So we're going to hear that song a little bit later. I know you're going to perform it for us as well. Just to close off this interview, we asked you last year for one piece of advice that you had to up and coming musicians. I know you've got years of experience in this industry. Do you have anything new to share with us after releasing your first full length record of, I guess, this era?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what I said last time, just so I don't repeat myself. I don't remember, but I think something definitely new, especially from this album, is that with this album, I just tried to very much do what I liked and what I wanted to do rather than what I thought would be cool. I think that was something that, you know, as much as I thought I was being authentic, I always had this little bit of like, well, no, I want it to be cool. I was very influenced by like, I felt like everything needed to be urban and like, just, you know, I thought it needed to be cool, but not what I thought was what I liked or what I thought was cool, what other people thought was cool. So I think my advice is just to like rely on your taste, because, you know, that's what makes your sound unique and valuable. Because if you just try and do what you think other people will like, you'll end up copying other things, and then it's not original, and we already have that. So just, you know, stick to your taste and what you like, and go with that.
Yeah. It's hard to be creative when it's not 100% your own influence too.
100%. Yeah. And I mean, like, I'll take influence from other artists still, and artists that I really like.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, where I got into trouble was looking at what was the most popular and going, well, I have to do that, even though I didn't really like it.
Yeah.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be my one piece of advice.
Well, thanks, Josh. It really speaks to your growth as an artist too, that you've moved through those motions of kind of the copycat versus what you want to do. And
100%.
Remind us again, where can everyone find you online? Where can people stream the album?
Everywhere. It's on Spotify, it's on Apple Music, it's on Amazon, it's on Deezer, anywhere you listen to music, YouTube, anywhere you want to listen. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok. It's just my name, @JoshBogert. And all that good stuff.
Perfect. Well, I can't wait to hear an acoustic performance of the song. And thanks everyone again for tuning in to another episode of the Music City Surrey Showcase. Stay tuned for Josh's performance. And thanks again to the City of Surrey for sponsoring this series.
You said it's gonna be forever, with your pinky finger wrapped in mine. But it's been 2 years since we were here together, and I feel like I'm just losing time. 'Cause the sunrise feels so cold, and now I'm driving home solo. But in my dreams, you're still getting ready in my bathroom mirror. In my dreams, you're still holding my hand on the 6-speed. 'Cause I can't believe that you had to go, and I'm all alone until I'm falling back to sleep. 'Cause in my dreams, you're still holding me. That night you were standing in the kitchen, and you slowly pressed your lips on mine. I told you I'd never waste a minute. I could never with you by my side. But now the sunrise feels so cold, and now I'm driving home solo. But in my dreams, you're still getting ready in my bathroom mirror. In my dreams, you're still holding my hand on the 6-speed. 'Cause I can't believe that you had to go, and I'm all alone until I'm falling back to sleep. 'Cause in my dreams, you're still holding me. Hey! You're still holding me. But now the sunrise feels so cold, and now I'm driving home solo. But in my dreams, you're still getting ready in my bathroom mirror. In my dreams, you're still holding my hand on my 6-speed. 'Cause I can't believe that you had to go, and I'm all alone until I'm falling back to sleep. Oh, but in my dreams, you're still getting ready in my bathroom mirror. In my dreams, you're still holding my hand on my 6-speed. 'Cause I can't believe that you had to go, and I'm all alone until I'm falling back to sleep. 'Cause in my dreams, you're still holding me. Yeah.